Elizabeth Taylor has always existed in a category of her own. A woman whose presence commanded attention long before a camera ever rolled. Known for her legendary beauty, fearless performances, and unmistakable intensity, she defined glamour for generations. That is why a rare set of resurfaced G-string photos has left fans stunned and sparked renewed conversation across the internet. These images reveal a side of Elizabeth Taylor that few ever expected to see, and before you form an opinion, make sure you watch this video till the very end, because context changes everything. For decades, Elizabeth Taylor was presented as the ultimate Hollywood goddess. Lavish gowns, diamonds dripping from her neck, and an aura of untouchable elegance became part of her identity. She wasn't just admired, she was idolized. So when these little-seen photos began circulating, reactions ranged from disbelief to fascination. Many struggled to reconcile the boldness of the images with the regal image they had grown up admiring, while others saw them as proof of her unapologetic confidence. What often gets overlooked is that Elizabeth Taylor was never afraid of controversy. From her personal life to her career choices, she lived on her own terms, even when the world judged her harshly for it. These photos, rather than being shocking for the sake of shock, reflect that same fearless spirit. They show a woman fully aware of her power, comfortable in her body, and uninterested in shrinking herself to meet outdated expectations. The real surprise isn't what the photos show, but how people reacted to them. Some critics dismissed them as inappropriate or unnecessary, arguing that they clash with the classic Hollywood image they prefer to remember. Others, however, praised the images as a reminder that Elizabeth Taylor was more than a carefully curated fantasy. She was bold, expressive, and deeply human. At a time when female stars were tightly controlled by studios, any glimpse of personal freedom felt radical. These photos also reopen a larger conversation about how society treats iconic women. Elizabeth Taylor was celebrated for her beauty, but scrutinized for her choices. She was admired for her strength but criticized for displaying it openly. The resurfacing of these images exposes how uncomfortable people still are with the idea that a woman can be glamorous and daring at the same time, even decades after her passing. Fans who truly understand Elizabeth Taylor's legacy know that her impact was never limited to appearances. She was a powerhouse actress, a passionate advocate, and a woman who lived intensely in every sense. The images don't erase that legacy, they add depth to it. They remind us that icons are not statues frozen in time, but complex individuals who lived beyond the frames we choose to remember. By the end of this video, it becomes clear that these photos don't diminish Elizabeth Taylor's legend. They reinforce it. They reveal a woman unafraid to embrace herself fully, regardless of judgment. And that honesty, more than any perfectly staged portrait, is what continues to captivate the world.